Let's just have some fun. About a year ago at this time, Underworld Blood Wars was on the big screen, so I thought, hey, let's just do this. Let's rank the Underworld movies. What's your ranking of all 5 Underworld movies? Let me know in the comments. Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin, and I thought I'd have a little fun today and rank the Underworld movies from my least favorite to my favorite. About a year ago, Underworld Blood Wars was on the big screen, so I thought it'd be fun just to go take a look back and rank all the Underworld movies. Have you seen these Underworld movies? I look forward to your ranking in the comments below and having conversations with you all about that. Number 5, Underworld Blood Wars. You know, I didn't hate this movie when I saw it. In fact, I liked it. I think just like all the rest of this franchise, it is a lot of fun. The reason, though, it falls in my number 5 and my least favorite position is because just today, as I was putting together this ranking video, it just hit me like a thunderbolt that I only saw this movie once on the big screen and I still don't own it on Blu-ray. I mean, that just blew me away. I hadn't even thought about it. The thought had not crossed my mind. I decided to do this ranking, pulled out my Blu-rays, and where's Blood Wars? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen it. So I had to go back and watch my spoiler talk that I did a year ago for Blood Wars just to refresh my mind. And honestly, I'm just a little embarrassed because I really love this franchise. And that realization today, which hit me like a thunderbolt, it just was like, oh man. I mean, the things that I liked about this movie, it was an interesting take. It was an interesting way of going forward. Selene gets the next step of her powers, which is kind of interesting. This whole other coven, this whole other people, and she connects to this whole other world and comes back with all these different powers. Felt a little bit more mystical and things like that. As always, the action is good. Kate Beckinsale is terrific as Selene. But some of the other reasons why this would probably be a little bit more forgettable to me and why I haven't gone back and seen it or bought it on Blu-ray or felt the need to go buy it on Blu-ray, just things like we didn't even get Eve in this, the daughter of Selene and Michael. I mean, Selene is like a new kind of vampire because she drank Alexander Corvinus's blood. Michael is half vampire, half werewolf. So this child is truly something unique and special. And there was all this setup to who she was and the future that she could have and the development of her powers and stuff. We got none of that in this. I mean, we got mention that she exists. We got mention as to why Selene and Eve had to part ways, and it was to protect Eve. And it was, that kind of stuff, it was well written. It made sense why Eve was not here. It doesn't change the fact that I would like to have seen in a sequel Eve grow in her powers. I do need to go back and watch this movie again, though. Having seen it once already, having enjoyed this franchise, I know if I picked it up on Blu-ray today, I would enjoy watching it again. I really would, because all these movies are just pure fun to me, and including this one, it would be pure fun to me. Flaws and all, I enjoy these movies. Number 4, Underworld Awakening. I really did enjoy this one, but again, one of the things that disappointed me was a lack of Michael Corvin. I mean, Underworlds 1 and 2 made such a big deal about who this guy was, made such a big deal about the fact that he was able to hold the vampire gene, hold the werewolf gene, and become just a mix of them both, to become a vampire and a Lycan, to become a new creature altogether. And so they made a huge deal about this. In Underworld Evolution, I mean, they showed us the potential of his powers, the potential of what he could become and how great he could be, and then he's just not in this. That was very disappointing to me. Now, they allude to him in this, and there's even an allusion here, not an illusion like a magic trick, but they allude to the fact that just like Selene, he was captured and put on ice, and then he escaped at the very end of this movie and is running loose in the city. But now we go into number 5, where he has this off-screen death. So he's just permanently gone, and so we never see him in 5, and we've got the promise of never seeing him again. It's kind of like, well, that went nowhere. So to me, that was just a little bit disappointing. Now, putting that aside, look, it's called Underworld, and this is the movie where it's no longer an underworld. The vampires and the Lycans become public, and I thought that was a really cool plot line. Also really interesting that they captured Selene, that she was frozen for 12 years, and she was pregnant, didn't know she was pregnant, so they take her baby while she's unconscious, so she doesn't even know she has a kid. So it's interesting that she wakes up 12 years into this period of time where humans know vampires and Lycans exist. I find that incredibly fascinating. All the action is really fun in this. This super giant werewolf is awesome in this. Lycan, sorry, Lycan. Meeting Eve and seeing all of her powers and how Selene can at points see through her eyes. Like, there are some really cool elements and things in this. And like all the rest of these, I could pop this in the Blu-ray player right now and have a blast watching it. Number 3. Underworld Evolution. This one is a really fun one, and I really like this one a lot. And one of the things that I really like about Underworld Evolution is how much deeper into the mythology we get. In the first one, we got the love story with Lucian and all that stuff, and, you know, Victor and his daughter, so we got into a little bit of that backstory and how the war began. Now, in this one, we go a little deeper into how vampires and Lycans begin. You know, we get to meet Alexander Corvinus, who was the first immortal and had a mutation in his immune system. So he got the plague, but the mutation in his immune system, like, did crazy things, and now he's immortal instead of dying from the plague, which is just incredibly interesting. He births 3 children, 2 are immortal, and the 2 that are immortal, one is bit by a bat, becomes a vampire, one bit by a wolf, and that's William. He becomes the werewolf, the first werewolf, but he can't, you know, turn back into a human, and so whenever he bites, the virus of werewolf spreads rapidly, and so like a deeper look into this war and how this war began, and so I really like that. Plus, incredibly interesting, Selene drinking the first immortal's blood and thus receiving a new kind of power where she could stand in sunlight and not burn up. And then we have Michael Corvin, like, freaking impaled in the chest. He's dead, man. There's a whole chunk of this movie. He's dead. All of a sudden, there he is on this helicopter and bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. No, he ain't dead no more. Oh my gosh. And so, like, that was just another thing that alluded to how powerful Michael Corvin was, what a unique creature he was. We end Underworld Evolution with an evolution, because you have Selene, who is now a new kind of vampire who could live in the sunlight because she's got new kinds of power flowing through her veins, and you got Michael Corvin, half vampire, half werewolf, so he's a new creature altogether. And so, like, that was a really interesting way to leave it, to end it, and build anticipation for what was to come next. Again, I wish we got more stuff coming next, but whatever. The point is, I really enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed digging deeper into that mythology, and the story was great. Number 2, Underworld, Rise of the Lycans. One of the things I greatly appreciate about this is the rest of this franchise is modern day. This one just decided to take us way back in time. The backstory we got in Underworld 1 is the story in this one. One of the things that I really liked about that is we got more Victor. Bill Nighy as the bad guy. That dude is an awesome evil vampire. He's just awesome. I love watching that guy be the bad guy. And to see him, like, I think he had a bigger part in this than he even had in the first Underworld. So it's just getting more Bill Nighy as the bad guy and watching him just rule these Lycans with an iron fist and such malice and cruelty. And the other thing that was really cool is seeing Lucian and getting his character fleshed out. I mean, you watch the first Underworld, you do care about Lucian, but this really fleshes the character out. And it has this whole Romeo and Juliet feel, you know, House Montague, House Capulet, this is House Vampire, House Lycan, and one of the slaves falls in love with one of the royalty. I mean, Lucian falling in love with Victor's daughter, and they did a great job with her. Great job casting, because the actress reminded me so much of Kate Beckinsale, which is what it had to do, because Victor looks at Selene and goes, "You remind me of my daughter." So they did a really good job of casting an actress that physically reminds you of Kate Beckinsale, but also her strength and the way she acts reminds you of Kate Beckinsale. So she looks like Kate, she acts like Kate, so they did a really good job doing that so you could recall that to your mind. By Kate, I mean Selene. But point is, yeah, it's awesome. So I thought that was really cool. I thought all of that was so well done. And so it was just really fun, though, to see the period piece. It was really fun to see Lucian become this leader and lead the Lycan rebellion. Like, it was just a great story, and watching how that happened. Number 1. Underworld. The first Underworld movie is my favorite in the franchise. It was just an epic introduction. Now, when you watch this, it does have a lot in common with The Matrix. I mean, everybody's wearing the leather, just the overall feel of it. The fact that The Matrix has this green tint on the screen the entire time when they're inside The Matrix. This has a blue tint on the screen the entire time. I mean, you can really tell The Matrix was successful, so they decided to, you know, follow that look, but they did enough different that I don't feel like this is in the shadow of The Matrix. I'm just commenting on it. You could tell that it had that feel, especially in the time period that this came out in, but this was really well done. It was really great. This is our first time seeing Kate Beckinsale as Selene, and Selene is just such an awesome character. We get to meet Lucian for the first time in this one. Bill Nighy, again, best villain. It's so awesome to see that dude as the villain. I love it. And then, Michael Corvin, we get to meet him, and this is where the real emphasis and importance is on this guy because, Alexander had 3 kids, and he had 2 immortals and 1 mortal that had an immortal recessive gene. So they go and they find Michael Corvin, and they want to, put vampire DNA in him. They want to put werewolf DNA in him. Or Lycan DNA. They want to put that in him. They want to see, can he sustain that? Can he become this new creature? And so then when he shows up at the end of this movie and he kicks butt, man, I mean, you have Victor getting ready to slice this guy up. Suddenly Michael Corvin's not there. He's behind him. He turns around to get him. Oh, he's not there. He's over there now. And then all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. Just awesome fighting, man. My gosh. So awesome character. I love the first Underworld. And it was a great introduction to this entire universe. Now, I've said my piece on this. I've ranked these movies. How would you rank all of these Underworld movies? Be sure to rank them in the comments. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button to become a Durbanian and hit the bell next to it so you're notified for the next ranking video I drop. And you're notified for my next movie review and theological analysis. Dropping this Friday, I'm going to be dropping another comic book review for Superman Earth 1 Volume 3. Love that Earth 1 series. Can't wait to dig into Superman Volume 3 with that. Also, on Saturday, I'm dropping a theological analysis on The Hunger Games, and that is a Patreon request, which timed perfectly with the new Maze Runner movie coming out, so I'm really excited to dig into that new Hunger Games movie. So check all of that out, hit that subscribe button. I'm Durbin.